Shrutismritipurāṇānaṁ ālayam karuṇālayam namāmi bhagavadpādam Shankaram Logashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vātarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Beda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Gukaro Anthakaro Vairukarastan Nivartakaha Anthakara Nirodhitvat Gururitya Vidhiyate Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Bhadram Karne Vishrniyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyema Kshaviryachatraha Sthirairangai Sushtuvam Sastanupihi Veshema Devahitam Yadayuhu Sustina Indro Vriddashravaha Sustina Pusha Vishwavedaha Sustina Stakshu Arishthanevihi Sustino Brahaspatir Dathatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Last few weeks or last few classes, we were seeing different aspects of people or scholars or school of philosophies regarding the highest reality. For them, what is the highest reality? It differs from one to another. Like every religion has its own concept regarding the highest reality. Similarly, on the time of Gaudapada Acharya, who is the author of the kārikā connected to the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Kārikā is a prose. Few verses which will help us to assimilate the real meaning of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. And on his time also, there were group of people, there were school of philosophies, there were scholars, there were sages who concluded themselves that highest reality is something other than what it is. They got some partial vision, or they got some half understanding regarding the reality. They got some ideas regarding the highest reality. They are all vague. And they concluded themselves that this is the highest reality. On that time, many schools of thoughts, many philosophers, and who have a lot of followers also, they consider different things as their highest reality. For example, in Hinduism, lot of deities are there. And people are divided into the group of these deities. Those who born in the realm of Lord Krishna, they believe that the highest reality is Lord Krishna. Those who born near to a temple of Lord Shiva, Shivaji, they believe that the highest reality is Lord Shiva. Some are born near to a Buddhist monastery. So they believe that the highest reality is Lord Buddha or Buddhism. Some are born near to a Jain temple. A huge followers of Jains are there in India. Remember that. They believe that. Even they believe according to the devatas or the deities in which family they are born, and they have their own family deity. These are all called partial vision. They are not correct. Similarly, for a Christian, they believe that Jesus is the highest reality, and the symbol of the Jesus is this cross. And also in Islam, the highest reality is Muhammad and connected with the Quran, etc., etc. Similarly, a lot of religions are there in all around the world, and they believe according to their understanding, their family background, their surroundings, in which temple they are nearby. All these things are taking some space in their mind. They are admitted in these thoughts, and they go along with the thoughts. The influence where they are, in which country, into which near a temple, which mosque in their realm. All these things, they are influenced, and they think that this is the highest reality, which is not a wrong thing, but it's a misunderstood idea from the standpoint of ultimate reality. Gaudapada wants to clarify. Gaudapada wants to give the mistakes to make us know, so that we will not commit the same mistake. Even though we are born in different religion, we are born in different country, we have specific background, and we believed. For example, I was studied in a Christian missionary school right from the childhood. So I was introduced to Jesus and the cross, and this was my one thought, that Jesus is a savior, and he is the ultimate reality, even though I born in Hindu religion, etc., etc. It's not a mistake from the standpoint of creation, but it's a severe mistake from the standpoint of ultimate reality. Because accommodating all religion and all names and forms is the ultimate standpoint of a human mind. We can accommodate any religion, we can accommodate any personalities, we can accommodate any beliefs. That is the ultimate level of a human mind. Into that, Gaudapada wants to give certain base and background for the growth of the human mind to that level, so that he give a lot of visions which are being deep rooted in the culture of India on his time. And we were looking into that one by one. Gaudapada don't have any idea regarding apart from India. So that he didn't quote any other religion apart from India. But he quoted a lot of things, what is going on along with his life and what are the things going around him in India. Bharat, other name is Bharat. So he quoted a lot of visions regarding the scholars, regarding the school of philosophies. Many philosophers and scholars are great. Still, they believed this is the highest reality according to them. And we were looking into that. Even today, also, we will have that type of visions, partial visions of the people, what mistake they committed regarding the highest reality. We already looked into few partial visions, and remember, there are similar verses which we have gone through the first section of Māṇḍūkya kārikā few months before. For example, in the first section, 6th, 7th, 8th kārikā, it is talking about much less similar to this vision. But there the topic is, for what purpose the creation is there? For what purpose? How I should interact with the creation? For that, people were thinking different ideas. That is being quoted there. Here, highest reality is misconcluded, misinterpreted, misled by the big scholars, big philosophers. And that is being enumerated here. He says, Gaudapada says that on his time, lots and lots of people are having mistaken identities as their highest reality. But he enumerates here few main visions. They are partial. From the standpoint of highest reality, it's a partial vision. It is not completely wrong, but it has only a partial view regarding the highest reality. You know, the pot is clay is a wrong sense. The entire pot is clay, and the clay only becomes pot. This is the right sentences, correct? Pot is not clay. Pot is a name and form which is superimposed on the clay. The clay itself is named as pot. So, this is how we have to understand when I say partial vision. You know, any ornament made of gold will have a different name. All the ornaments are gold only. But gold is not ornament. Remember, gold is something extraordinary who is all pervasive in every ornament, whatever made of gold. One need to look like that when I say partial vision. Water is in the form of ocean. But oceanness is not the intrinsic nature of water, So similarly, partial vision means the names and forms which are familiar on the time are being understood as the highest reality. They meditated, they done so much spiritual disciplines in their life. They gone through a lot of rituals, rituals. They performed a lot of values, and they got the mind completely purified, and they came to know certain things are the highest realities. So that is being listed by Gaudapada Acharya. Right now, what we are studying. In the last class, we saw group of people consider that 25 principles are the highest reality of the creation. We listed that. And another group consider that 31 principles are the highest realities. Similarly, they have already disagreement regarding highest realities. Like that, you touch the legs of elephant and you say that elephant is in the form of a pillar. You touch the trunk of the elephant and you say that elephant is in the form of a water tube. You touch the tail of the elephant and you say that elephant is in the form of a broomstick. These are all absolutely wrong ideas, but they have something to do with the highest reality. They are partially correct because elephant having these types of organs in the body. It is true partially. That is why partial visions, I told you intentionally to understand that. So people having misunderstood ideas regarding the highest reality. 25 principles are born out of highest reality. They themselves are not the highest realities. Or the 31 principle. Neither 25 nor 31 principles are not the highest realities. We are going to conclude, and what is the subject matter in the higher, when we come to the point of highest reality, we already saw and we will see more. But these are all mistakes committed by the scholars itself. They were sages like Jesus or Allah, whoever it may be. But they committed certain mistakes, Their highest reality is being misunderstood by them. In this verse, what we are studying right now, we will see more mistakes committed by the people regarding the view of highest reality. Verse number 27. Lokan lokavitaha prahu ashrama iti cha tatvitaha. Stripum nabumsagam laingyaha para paramatha pare. Once more I will read. Lokan lokavitaha prahu ashrama iti cha tatvitaha. Stripum nabumsagam laingyaha para paramatha pare. Another set of people on the time of Gaudapada Acharya, it's almost 1,200 years back or 1,300 years back. In our country, Bharat, in India, there were people. Remember, these thoughts are relevant at any point of time, whether right now in 2025 or after 2025 in 2100 also. The gist or the logic behind these verses are always needed. In order to become a sharp-minded fellow while living in this dramatic world, we need to fetch the logic behind all these verses. Something very important. If not, we will also live an ordinary life and we will also die and we will go to another birth. In order to become smart, we need the logic behind all this. What the logic kept behind all these verses. So here it is told here, the highest reality behind the creation is Logan, different types of world which are mentioned in Vedas, which are assumed by the people, like heaven, hell, the world for the forefathers, or 7 worlds which are up. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tabaha, Satyaha. 7 worlds which are namely very, almost they are hell actually. Atalam, Vitalam, Sutalam, Talatalam, Mahatalam, Rasatalam, Patalam. 17 worlds are very important in our scriptures. According to one's own actions, what they perform here in this world. If they believe that these worlds are having pleasures, where a man will have a lot of women and where a woman will have a lot of men, where you will not have hunger and thirst, where you will be equipped with a lot of luxuries, if they believe, like according to their own philosophies, they will reach all this world if they believe. Like, if you believe in the ghost, you will see ghost. If you don't believe in the ghost, there is nothing like that. You will not come across any ghost, etc. One's own assuming, will end up on seeing a ghost. So, suppose if you believe the highest reality to be understood is the worlds and pleasures, for that only all this creation happened, from that only all the creations happen. If a person believe like that, the first point is that when you are not satisfied with the contemporary situation, the current situation, you will be always in need of getting into another world or getting into another situation. A satisfied person will not try to change the situation, correct? An unsatisfied person will be always wanting. How it will be, I would like to try. How it will be, I would like to try. How it would be, I would like to try. A wanting is there, a desires are there. All these desires are there because you are not satisfied with oneself. When you are content with oneself, there is no going to another location to enjoy more than what you are getting right now. That type of desires will not be there. But the people are always trying to get another thing so that I will get another experience. So people are behind experiences. And Pujya Swami used to say, experience hunter. When you are satisfied with what you are, when you come to know you are the origination of the entire happiness, You are the whole, the base of entire creation, Jagat Karanam, the cause of this universe. You should get that satisfaction within yourself. From the standpoint of body, mind, sense complex, these sentences are contradictory. When I say you are the origination of happiness, from the standpoint of body, mind, sense complex, it will not fit. That is why Vedanta is not for beginners. At least they should have some base made for, their base are made with a lot of instructions for first 2 years, Then you come to Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, you will get something. You can grasp the ideas about oneself and the world. So, group of people consider that the ultimate reality regarding the creation, the worlds, and the pleasures pertaining to that respective worlds, different worlds are there. Heaven itself divided into 7 or 8. Hell itself divided into their gradation, into 7. Simple mistakes, severe mistake, intentional mistake, deliberate mistake. All these things are divided, So, heaven and hell, knowing their difference and divisions and live a life to reach heaven is the ultimate goal for them. And to attain lot of body pleasures. And they believe that there will be no worries or sorrows when you reach there. Utter false. Where there is comparison, there will be always some pain. When you reach heaven, there will be people who don't like you, and suppose you may be not liking them, but they will be there in the heaven. And you will be always disturbed. So, these are all wrong ideas, but they believed strongly and they have followers. That's why Gaudapada quoted all these things. The ultimate reality while living in the world, one should know that reaching different worlds and enjoy different pleasures there is the ultimate reality. This is what we meant by Logan Logavidaha Prahu. They say reaching the different worlds is the ultimate goal for them and enjoying the pleasures. They are not satisfied here. That is why they want to get rid of from this place and reach there. When you are satisfied, you are here. You are happy wherever you are. While giving up the body also, you are happy. Whether the body continues, you are happy. Because happiness is not situational. Happiness is not conditional. What is the conditional and situational? I am not happy here. If I reach there, this is my condition. If I change my situation, I am happy. I am not happy with this fellow. If I get that fellow, then there is a condition. This is called conditional happiness. If I get that thing, I will be happy. If I get this thing, I will be happy. There is a condition. So we are not happy right now. That is why the Vedanta Shastra, the Vedanta philosophy reveals one's own unconditional happiness. In spite of anything, which is nearby or which is away from you. You are self-contented person. You are the happiest person if you come to know you are the origin of happiness. This is what we have discussed and we are going to discuss also. Right now, the people who are misunderstood their goal. Logan loga vidaha prahu. The ultimate goal will be reaching heaven or there, Don't go anywhere. Here itself, studying under a traditional teacher, you know yourself, your intrinsic nature. You are the superior Brahman, Ji Atma, the self, non-divisible self, indivisible self. There is no separation from all these things. These separations are due to the names and form. Indivisible self. There is no separation. And which is free from all death and birth. From all kinds of defects. Defects are pertaining to body, mind, sense complex. I am small. My body is weak. I am fat. My belly is growing. My shoulders are not proper like that heroine. My hair is not so happy with me. All these things are my defects pertaining to my body. And I am assuming, I am not beautiful. So I want to become more beautiful. So I used to change my situation. My diet, my medicines, my cosmetics, conditional. Beauty is inside. And the beauty what we imagine is only skin deep. Open mind, look at the reality. Your face will be glowing in spite of what color, which country you are, Okay. Logan loga vidaha. And second, in this verse, second line says that ashramaha idija tadvidaha. Living according to the life in the different stages, ashrama. Doing the routines and the responsible duties of the life according to which stage you are. I will explain you. It's a bit big topic, ashrama. We are all familiar with the word ashrama. According to India, there are 4 stages of a human being in the whole life. The first stage is called Brahmacharya Ashram, a time to study under a traditional teacher, at least up to the age of 24 or 22. It is called Gurukula education. You are dropped by your parents under a traditional teacher for a length of 12 to 24 years or 22 years. Guru is your father, Guru is your mother, Guru is your everything. You study looking towards his movements and also the scriptures, what he taught you. You study according to the movements of the students along with you who are studying like you. These are all the practical things to be understood in the Gurukula education. Gurukulam. The caste governed by the study under the Guru. Gurukulam. You get a proper way of understanding the life. This is the time for education actually. Brahmacharyam. The name is called Brahmacharyam, the first stage of the life. It was there in India before 300 years ago. The invasion of the British people, the invasion of the Portuguese people, the invasion of the Mughal emperors who attacked India for the treasures and the valuable things. They attacked temples. They attacked gurukulams. They attacked everything. They demolished a lot of temples. They demolished a lot of worthy things of India. And they named their own name for all these monuments. Thus, Gurukulam disappeared, vanished. The traditional way of studying the education of Vedas and Vedanta disappeared due to their invasion. It is told here almost 62,000 Gurukulams were there in India. One of the biggest university, Nalanda and Takshashila, where all kinds of science are studied from even people from all around the world. Nalanda University, Takshashila University. Everybody have R&D, PhD departments. Science for making scriptures, science for making aircrafts, science, everything, all kinds of studies were there. They attacked and destroyed all these universities by the Mughal emperors who were from the Middle East, Muhammad Ghori, Muhammad Ghazni, etc., etc. Thus, Gurukulam also disappeared. Where the first stage starts under a traditional teacher. Proper guidance in the life will make you more secure and peaceful life. This is a logic. When you get a proper guidance under a guru, what is the life? What is called married life? What you will do for your daily bread? What you will do for the surrounding creatures? How to live without annoying others? How to part your education with others? How to live in this world without it even causing any disturbances for the people and the creatures around you? How to invoke the blessings of stars and elements? How to invoke the blessings of the invisible energies? Everything will be taught in the Gurukulam. And after a period of time, completion of the studies, the traditional teacher will send them to go to their own houses, giving the advice. Find out a proper woman according to your caste and religion and according to your body shape and etc., etc. Marry her, have some progeny, and continue with this tradition. And the beautiful advice are given. Instructions are many. When they are ready to depart from the Gurukulam after the completion of studies, proper instructions, very beautiful even to read, pleasant instructions, how to deal with the people, how to deal with a guest, how to deal with the innocent creatures, what are the duties you have towards your wife, what are the duties towards your parents, what are the actions without any amendment you have to do daily in your life. Very, 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 very clear and beautiful. Lord is invoked in your daily life. You don't have any insecurity because you are not doing any mistakes. You are not against the righteous works. That's been told here in the Guru Brahmacharya Ashrama. That is being studied, taught by the traditional teacher, Guru. Remember, our topic is the 4 stages, knowing the duties and the rituals and the responsibilities of these 4 stages, and living a life is the primary goal. A group of people believed on the time of Gaudapada Acharya. And we are discussing what are the 4 stages. The first stage is called Brahmacharya Ashrama, life of a student. There is no distraction of TV, mobile, anything. You have only dealing with the students along with you and also Guru. There you will grow. You will get more maturity by looking towards the traditional teacher and other students and how they behave, how they speak, what they do, everything. You are always in the house of Guru. This is called Gurukula Vidyabhyasam Brahmacharya. When the Guru advised everybody to go their house and start a grihastha life, household life, fetching a proper woman or man in their life and live a life. Grihastha. But not everybody will depart from the Guru's feet, Very few, 3 or 4 people will say, we don't want to start a grihastha life, household life. We would like to continue along with you. Bold decisions are taken by few people. Thus, they will become traditional teachers again. They are very few, not so much. From the 1,000, 1 or 2 or 3 people will say that we would like to continue to live with you, Guruji. They are dedicated, they are committed for these traditional teachings, and they will study more and more, and they will become traditional teachers. And they will do the same job of what their traditional teachers done, what their traditional teacher done for them. All others will go to the household life. Nothing wrong on that. This is called the second stage, called Grihastha Ashram. You get married with a proper woman, having kids and taking their responsibilities of the house and wife and children. You sacrifice your life for them, and you get more mature in the household life. And after the marriage of the children, you again return back to the traditional teachers. Traditional teachers, Kulam, where you started or studied the Brahmacharya Ashram. at the age of 55 or 60. After marry with a proper person, all your children are free and they are being ready to live another life like you. In between, he will also send his children to Gurukulam. Thus, Grihastha Ashramam, the second stage of life. Most of the people stick in the Grihastha Ashramam till their last breath. Nothing wrong because it's Kali Yuga. These type of classes are there. Occasionally, they will go to Guruji and surrender to their feet and tell their worries and botherings, and Guruji will take all that, It is a saying that 25% of our pain will be transferred to the Guruji when you are a student. When they say, this is how lot of Gurujis will get certain diseases, certain issues, They want to take some sufferings from their students so that their students will survive the entire life without having certain pains, It is believed like that. Few scriptures used to say 25% of their sufferings are transferred to the Guru. When the Guru says, let the things get settled in his life, then he transfers, they say, scriptures used to say. Fine, whether we believe or not. At least they don't radiate pain or sufferings when you go near to them. This is enough. When you go to an ordinary person and talk about your issues, they will also radiate some other issues to you. Some are having an eye on your money, some are having eye on your body, some are having some other hidden agendas on you. And they radiate all these things, At least, thank God, traditional teachers are ready to listen what you want to say, and they listen. And after finishing the household responsibilities like the children's marriage, being a proper settlement for the wife, because you give all your earnings to the wife and tell one of your children, take care of her if the wife is not accompanying with you to the Guru. Take care of her son. I am giving my bank account, I am giving my all earnings, what I have. I just give my 2 shirts and 2 pants and I am leaving the house. I am going to my Guru. This is the third stage when you leave the house. It's called Vanaprastham. Vanaprastha means prasthanam, departure towards forest. On the olden days, traditional teachers used to stay near to a river in the forest. Forget about the wild animals and everything. They will be totally friendly with all these wild animals, etc., etc. We have a lot of examples regarding that. And inside the forest, there will be a big institution where mass cooking will be going on for the students. Mass rituals will be going on for the welfare of the humanity and the world. There will be a cattle shed where the cows are kept for the ghee, milk, and for their daily supplies. And there will be a teaching hall These four sections will be very big. Pakashala, where food is cooked daily in a mass way. Goshala, cattle shed, not in a small amount. 500,000 cows are kept so that they will get some milk, ghee, and whatever they want to have in their daily life. They properly take care of the cows, and cows will give more milk what their calf wants, and they will be yielding milk. Goshala. Yajnashala, where the rituals will be going on for the sake of the entire world. And Padashala. Teaching will be continuously going on from the sunrise to sunset. And all the students are the people who take care of cows, take care of the vegetables. There is no separate servants. The guru, the traditional teacher, will say to their students, please, somebody should take care of the food, somebody should take care of the ritual, somebody should take care of the cows. Very beautiful way of living. We all get these ideas from our scriptures, you know. Gurukula Vidyabhyasa Sampradaya. You live along with your guru and with the students who are at the same age who came to study under this guru. And you cook daily, you collect the twigs from the forest for the cooking, you do rituals, you take care of the cows, entirely a mature, entirely the system, this educational system will make you to more mature, you know. You are hardworking daily, you are studying, you are dealing with the animals, and you are always with the a good environment. Very beautiful way of living. So, the first stage of studying is called brahmacharya. The second stage where you will deal with your wife and children or the husband and children is called. So there will be a doubt. Only boys will go? No. Boys and girls will go to the Gurukulam. And at the third stage, after finishing the duties, again the same person will return, will go to the feet of Guruji after giving up all household duties. Again, he will sit in the back bench where new generation is studying the things what he has studied before years. So he can remember and he can get into the memory what he has studied before. And the fourth stage is called sannyasam. He will purify the mind where lot of thoughts regarding family life, business, etc., were being there. He will slowly remove all these things and he will come to know the intrinsic nature of the person. I am the Atma, the individual self, which is all pervasive, which is the cause for the entire universe. And with this thought, he will live a length of life and he will give up the body and he attains moksha, liberation. These are the four stages of the life. And most of the people follow even now these four stages in India. When you reach ashram and study under a guru, you are brahmachari or brahmacharini. There is a mistaken idea, a person who didn't marry is called brahmachari. No. A person who is committed education is called brahmachari or brahmacharini if it is a woman. Whether you have a good age or not, you are committed for the studying under a traditional teacher. Guru will take care of the entire thing of the person on that time in education while you receive the vidya, the knowledge. Because you are not worried about food, shelter, etc., etc. You just study. And bring all the education alive through this body, from that body. And you are walking Vedas. You know, you are a live Veda. You study a lot of things. Even now in India, if you go to study in an ashram, everything is free. Your accommodation, your food, your clothes. Even lot of ashrams are there in India, where if you are committed for the traditional teachings, the Guru will allow you to stay with him in a separate room. There are changes according to the generation and the era where we are living now. We are not in the forest. We are inside the modern city, but it's an ashram, you know. Lot of foundations are running ashram. These are all the 4 stages. And these stages is called ashramam, where one get matured and one will be ready to reach the ultimate goal. And Vedas give different actions to do in different ashramas. Every stage of life, different rituals are there to perform, different values are there to perform. All these things you pursue in your life. This is the ultimate goal for few people, for some people. That is been quoted here by Gaudapada Acharya. Ashramaha idi tadvidaha. One who knows about the ashrams, 4 stages of the life, they believe that living these 4 stages of life is the ultimate goal in one's life. That is why a few people ask, why you skip marriage? You went to ashram. You should have gone to grihastha ashrama, household life. Few people ask me. Because they believe this 4 ashram is essential in one's life. I already mentioned you. Always in every era, there will be people who are not interested in other stages. From the direct educational stage, brahmachari ashramam, they skip other 2 stages. And they go through the 4th stage, sannyasa ashram, where you study yourself and you teach others if they are there to listen. There is no pressure to teach anybody in the world, not like an institution or a college, you know. Traditional teachers don't keep any pressure on each other to make others happy or to make others enlightened. If you keep that type of pressure, your teaching will get disturbed, you know. You say what you are. This is teaching of a person. What you are. You don't prepare. You don't preoccupy ideas and thoughts. What you are from your life, what you are living, what you have listened from the traditional teacher, how you have accepted, how you are making all the things in your life, that you talk with them. This is teaching. I follow this route, you know. I follow this path. I don't prepare. Of course, before 10 minutes, I will look into the book, which portion I have to take and what are the teachings. That I will go along with that. But that doesn't mean that I prepare certain ideas and everything. No. So most of the people are like institutional teachings in some ashrams also. We don't need that. If you are ready, if you have made it in your life, ascertained ideas, already you are living a life. So the scripture itself talks about to skip those two ashrams. Brahmacharyadapi pravarjayet. From the brahmacharya itself, one can go to the sannyasa ashrama. It is possible. You may have some mistakes, still you can walk through that, Some pressures will be there, some desires will be there, but predominantly you want to skip both stages, you can do that, It is also allowed in the scriptures. But mostly all the people in the Bharat, in India, go through these four different stages. And group of people or a group of school of philosophy thinks that going through these four stages is called the ultimate goal, is the ultimate goal. And they doing the responsibilities, doing the routines of these respective stages is the ultimate goal. So few people think that. And other group of people think that Stri pum nabum sakaha. Stri pum nabum sakam. In the grammar, in English grammar, feminine gender, neuter gender, masculine gender. This is what Stri pum nabum sakam. Stri, feminine, pum, masculine, nabum sakam, neuter gender. Entire world is centered on this principle: feminine, masculine, and neuter. And the people knowing this, the pleasure is in this connection of a male with female, or the connection with something, to get a pleasure, you can take some fruit also. Then you get connected with a neuter. So, group of schools, a group of people think that seeing the female, seeing the male, seeing the neuter, that being the ultimate reality, and live a proper life, gathering together, enjoy through party, enjoy through sex, enjoy through different things. Stri pum nabumsagam laingya, lingam, gender. These three genders, knowing these three genders, what they are meant for. And it is also told that grammarians, group of people can be grammarians. Like, Sanskrit grammarians, one who is well versed in grammar. Like Panini Sutra talks about, there are capsule form statements for studying the Sanskrit grammar. Highly software. It is just like the computer software program. It's very easy once you understand the entire Sanskrit is in your hand. Sanskrit grammar is much less similar to the computer software program. So this is being arranged by a saint called Panini. a sage called Panini. So it is told Paniniya Sutraha. These capsule statements are called Sutram, loaded with heavy meanings, huge meanings. And these sutras are being studied by traditional teachers. Of course, we need Sanskrit and its grammar in order to teach. In order to get moksha, you don't need grammar or Sanskrit. To get free from all kinds of sufferings, you don't need grammar. But in order to teach somebody, you need grammar. So we have to study. One of the most interesting topic or subject like Vedanta. Anyway, those people also think that entire humanity is centered on one thing. Males are attracted to female, females are attracted to males. And it's often we are attracted to neuter like fruits, tree, etc., etc. Certain things are there, neuter things are there, where there is gender is not made. The entire universal happiness is centered on these three things. So one should know that the ultimate goal while living is to go along with the grammars or through these gender connections. I believe they can be materialist also, who are centered on body happiness, and also the people who believe Sanskrit grammar, etc., they believe that these three genders are to be studied properly, and that will be the ultimate goal while using proper genders in the respective time of life. And another group of people says that para param atha pare. The ultimate reality is divided into two. One is param, inferior. One is param, superior. One is aparam, inferior. When the clay becomes pot, then it is called inferior. Because now the clay is limited in the form of pot. When there is no pot, only clay remains, it is called superior. It can be made into anything. The entire cause, when it is in unmanifested condition, it is called param. The ultimate reality, when it gets manifested and it's in a sleeping position, bija bhave, aparam. In the seed, you cannot see the sprout inside. When you give some water and a conducive situation, you will get a sprout, correct? That is called unmanifested form when the seed is hiding the sprout. So, when the formless reality is param, when the unmanifested forms keeping inside is called aparam. There are people right now also, on that time also, that reality means there are two. One is ultimate reality and other is the manifestation of the ultimate reality. And it is called inferior. And what is not manifested and it is formless, it's called ultimate reality, superior. Knowing the division of the reality is the ultimate goal of a human being. This is also been misunderstood by the group of people. This is the meaning of the words. The first sentence says that Logan Logavidaha Prahu. Group of people think that the ultimate reality is to know about the worlds and reach there and enjoy pleasures. Other group of people says that ashramaha idija tadvidaha, reaching or performing the rituals and responsibilities and routines through different ashramas and living properly is the ultimate goal of a human being. And other group of people says that knowing the female, masculine, and gender neuter genders and properly use while living in the world and enjoy the pleasures in the respective time period, or the grammarians or the Paninians says that the entire reality means these three genders only. That is to be understood as the highest goal. And another group of people say that superior and inferior status of the highest reality, which are divided into two, param and aparam. Manifested and unmanifested form is called aparam, and formless is called param. This is to be understood properly, and this is the highest goal of a human being. These are all misinterpretation which were being followed by mass group of people or followers, and the sages were conducting classes and also propagating their ideas like these in the time of Gaudapada Acharya. More we will look into this type of visions in the next class. Om Swasti Prajabhyat Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisha Gobrahmanibhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sugino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Choparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Suginaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om